17-month-old and not progressing. Where do I start? First of all, what you really have to learn here, at 17 months old, if your child's not progressing, they can't, and you can't leave them to do it on their own, right? It's just not going to happen properly. What you're looking for is how to help them. So the first evaluations you really need to do, and I just taught this with the newborn movement assessment. I know you don't have a newborn, but it's the same. First of all, how was the birth? If there was birth trauma and stuff like that, more than 2 days in the NICU, your baby needs some form of intervention to get to vertical milestones, all right? But what you're looking for, essentially, in any baby is, first of all, I'll put this down just a little bit, do they have weight transfer? Meaning, again, when your baby's on their tummy and so forth, they can weight transfer it back and forth, and they can do that. That's what your child is sorely missing. Second of all, do they have transitional skills? Can they transition from one to the other? If you're still working on tummy time, the answer is no. And then most of all, for all functional movement, do they have rotation, right? Can they ability to have rotation from feeding ourselves to rolling over to getting into all fours? That's the secret to every milestone out there. It doesn't matter what your child has. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Those are the three things. But the other thing, the missing link is, did your child have a good first breath, or was their breath compromised during delivery or within the first 3 months of life? If your answer is yes, the first thing you do is start the breathing course. But then you want to get into the fast start. You're going to start with tummy time because you need the foundations. At this point, this is all you're doing, weight transfer, and then they're going to transition to sight. Like I literally was just working on babies this weekend, and I've taught everybody, when you're on your belly for the first time, they've got to learn to see. Then they've got to learn to breathe. Once they have those things down, then you can really start working on the transfer and the ability of your baby working on that. And that's what you start to work on. From there, you build a foundation. It is really that simple, but left to their own devices, because the answer is no just to those things, not no to what milestone they're on, not no to where they're going. It's no to the ability to move, to create the milestones. And that's a secret, and why movement lesson is different, but why we really need your input as parents to create that for them. If you're waiting for your baby to be stronger, it's not about strength. Your child clearly doesn't have weight transfer, clearly doesn't have the transitional skills and rotation, but that's what you're working on here, and that's the secret sauce. So get started on those. I want a 2-week follow-up, see what's going on to get a clearer direction on that. Thanks.